Alright, hi again everybody, welcome back to another video. Now this one is one that I've been meaning to do for such a long time. I think I've touched on it quite a few times that I needed to get it done. But it's a bit of a layouts update for you. People who've been subscribed for a while will know that Common Barn or Common Barn Yard now wasn't the only layout that I had. There was an N-Gage layout that I have, Ems Lane. That pretty much got finished a long time ago, hence why there's never been any more videos on it. I could do running sessions on it and things, but I was struggling to find a space to set it down and to set it up and get running on it. So it's kind of just been shelved, ironically, as a shelf layout. So that was that, and then I had another layout which was going to be an end-to-end board for double O gauge. I laid the track for that and started to add some furniture to it, and let's just say that's no more. Again, space, you know, that I've left the track on it. In fact, it has actually just turned into my workbench. That's what's on top of those shelves there. So it's a good extra little shelf up there on the top. Like I say, it's got some ballasted track on there, so I can sit locos on there whilst I'm working on them and things, and it just became too handy. So we've scrapped the end-to-end, we've taken the furniture off, and the furniture has now been used, you know, down on Common Barn Yard. Those fuel tanks in the corner were one of the things that were added on there, so we need to make use of it. So Common Barn Yard is now going to be the only double O gauge layout. And as for Ems Lane, the N-Gage shelf layout, well, I do still have Ems Lane. If we just go up here onto the wall, it's up here. You know, it's just on a particularly high shelf, but it is still there. Does still run. I just don't have much space for it. So what do you go and do when you have no space? You build another one. You build another layout. That's what I've done. Now, as I was saying, you know, with Ems Lane, I don't have the space, and I've kind of gone the same way as I did with the old original Common Barn layout. You know, that used to be a terminus to a fiddle yard layout with Common Barn back in the day. And the running potential just got to me, and I got bored of it very quickly, and we changed Common Barn to a loop so that I could just get a bit more running pleasure from it. And the same's gone with Ems Lane up there. You know, that again, it's an end-to-end layout, and you just don't get the same. Yeah, for operating purposes, fair enough. But when you just want to sit and watch a train go by whilst you're doing some modelling over at your workbench, you know, it's just not the same. So I thought I need an N-Gage loop. So this is what we've done. Now it looks immensely crude from here, but you know, this is just the baseboard. So what have we got? Right, this is an old, I don't know, some kind of unit. Nicked it from my mate's wood pile. Unfortunately, it has this really annoying white gloss on it, which, as you can see, I did give the board a base colour, but it just wouldn't adhere to it and it wouldn't stick, and it ended up flaking off all over. So I've had to take the majority off, which is no problem. I can just use a different paint. And then we have the actual track plan. So, like I said, we've just got a loop here. This is the Kato Unitrack, which I do like. I used when I was back in the day when I was modelling. I used Kato Unitrack, and for N-Gage, it's brilliant. It goes together well. It's pre-ballasted. All you have to do is weather it. So for simplicity, I used that. We have a Hornby little end curved platform, which is obviously where some kind of station area is going to be. And then in the back corner, we've got the obligatory hill and tunnel mounds. This is just paper mache. I've got a Pico back seam cut down to size with a mounting range that just goes up the back, and then a couple of Pico tunnel mouths. No controller to this one. This is pre-wired. That goes into a big old Fleischmann controller. If I can just get you around the back, there's cutouts around the back for access into the tunnel, and then there's a nice washer covered hole there for the wires to peep through. So, to be honest, the build of it and the construction I was quite happy with. Same as the new common barn yard, when I've been constructing, I've tried to do it to a better standard to make it easier. Hence having the tunnel cutouts and just a bit neater and things like that. So this is the state of play with regards to layouts. So we are back down to a 3, which we were before, but obviously the double O gauge end to end has gone and an N gauge loop has taken its place. I need to try and get the scenery done, and what I want to do is, whilst I'm doing scenery on common barn, I want to try and do it at the same time on the N gauge loop, just for pure ease. You know, I can work on them both at the same time, and once all the scenery gear's out and glues and stuff, I can just keep going and do the second one. Plans for the decoration and what else is going on here, I'm not overly sure. I've got some rather nice little end buildings which I would like to try and use on here. I think I've got an engine shed, station master's house, and some kind of castle tower, I think. So the castle tower will go on the top of the hill. I think what I will do is use my old common barn trick and add a fake point in here, fake curved point, and bring that round so I can use the engine shed. And then obviously somewhere I want to try and get the station master's house in. So yeah, it's going to be quite a simple layout. Like I say, I just wanted a nice quick one that I could just whack a local on and enjoy my N gauge stock. I have the absolutely beautiful Graham Farish EWS weathered class 08. I've got a couple of class 33s, a class 25. I've got an old Fleischmann steamer, so I've got a few locos. I've got quite a good array of mixed freight, and I'd just like to get them used. But sticking with narrow gauge, there's a couple of other things to show you. Now, there isn't another layout to show you yet. But I have long since been an admirer of 009. It is just, I don't say it's the best gauge, obviously, because I don't model in it, but there's such an array of stock and things you can get in 009. It obviously piques my quirky interest with the amount of shunters and different designs of locos and things like that you can get, and I just love it. Every time I see a 009 layout, I can appreciate it. And whilst I was building this N gauge layout and I was doing some narrow gauge searches, shall we say, I came across a 3D printing guy, and he produces an absolute mass of narrow gauge kits for locos, wagons, coaches, and I know there's some good companies out there, but this guy is just a small guy, does it himself at home, and I got a particular kit off him. So if I just come over here, I'll just have to bring it in, bring it into here a bit. So you can't make that out, that says bus, and in here we have a 3D printed kit for a rail bus. It's a very cool rail bus, ever so slightly the same as that Ford rail motor rail bus that I built. It's got the big chunky nose at the front, and that runs on this, which is a Kato 103 chassis, which I must say runs very nicely indeed. But there is a hell of a lot of 009 kits and things like that use this particular chassis. So this chassis, as long as the 009 takes off, is going to become quite a pivotal motor. So I've got a very nice 3D printed 009 rail bus there, and then I also have this. Now I want to put this on the tractor because it's quite blooming nice, is this. And if I come down a bit, I have this brilliant little 009 brake van. Again, this is a 3D print. This one came pre-built and detailed. It's just brilliant, it's just lovely. So I thought, right, I'll add to the 009 stock. So in stock now we have a rail bus and a brake van. And then I thought, oh great, I can kill two birds with one stone. I'll just scenic the layout to run N-Gage and 009, but obviously we're using Peco N-Gage tunnel miles, and 009 is more, you know, heading towards 00 scale, so it's not going to fit through the tunnels. So I'm at a bit of a predicament whether to take the tunnel miles off and scratch build some tunnels so I can run N-Gage and 009. I am kind of leaning towards just having this as N-Gage and then maybe going towards a 009 layout. I have a brilliant friend who has another 3D print company, and he has in stock some awesome Japanese joke N-Gage track. You know, it's tight cornered and things like that, which it runs perfect for 009, so I might go down that route. It's incredibly small, so it'll make it a lot easier to store, but yeah, we'll see about that. But for now, we're just working on the normal N-Gage. So yeah, so that's an update on the layout situation and the different gauges. Hopefully, and I've said this before and I've started the layouts, but hopefully this one will progress nicely and we'll get updates for it. I mean, Ems Lane took off very well actually. There was a lot of N-Gage viewers out there, a lot more than there was for 00. So hopefully I can crack on with this at the same time as working on Common Barnyard, and we'll get some updates for you. But that's it for that. So you've had your update on the layouts. I think the next one is going to be some Matthews modelling. There's some two or three things in the local works to show you, and maybe a couple of things to show you in the wagon works, one that I'm particularly proud of. So yeah, keep an eye out for them. As always, let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Well, thank you for watching, and goodbye.